The Young and the Restless spoilers shock ChatGPT to NOI, Chatham, love, work, and the tension of business decisions. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson's relationship has been one of twists and turns, full of passion, conflict, and reconciliation. After a dramatic reunion, the couple now seems to have found a fragile sense of happiness. However, the reality of working together, alongside living together, is beginning to pose serious questions for their future, especially as Adam extends a business proposition that could change everything. Adam has offered Chelsea a tempting opportunity, becoming the Chief Operating Officer, COO, of Newman Media. While Chelsea has been thriving at Marchetti, her growing role in the company has made her realize that the opportunity at Newman Media is incredibly alluring. The chance to step into a major leadership role at Newman Enterprises would put her at the heart of one of Genoa City's most powerful families. This is a career move that many would envy, but for Chelsea, it's a decision that will come with significant emotional baggage. As she contemplates Adam's offer, Chelsea is torn. She's worked hard at Marchetti, where she has built her own sense of independence, but the appeal of working alongside Adam at Newman Media is undeniable. She and Adam have spent a lot of time together recently, both professionally and personally, and it has brought them closer. But is it too much too soon? Adam has been a significant part of her life, both as a lover and as a business partner, but can they truly separate their personal feelings from the professional decisions they will be making together? The idea of working with Adam is tempting, but Chelsea knows it could be a double-edged sword. The two have already faced plenty of ups and downs in their relationship, and the prospect of working together at Newman Media brings new complexities. Working alongside your romantic partner is already challenging in any relationship, but when that relationship is as tumultuous as Chatham's, the potential for conflict is heightened. They would be spending nearly every waking moment together, making decisions, leading campaigns, and navigating the challenges that come with such a high-powered job. Could they maintain a healthy relationship while making such major business decisions? What happens when their ideas clash, or when they disagree on how to move forward with a major campaign? While the dynamic between Adam and Chelsea has been warm and affectionate lately, there is always the risk of falling into old habits. Adam's manipulative tendencies, as well as Chelsea's distrust of him in certain situations, could rear their heads once more. And let's not forget that their past is riddled with unresolved issues. Will the pressures of working together professionally reopen old wounds? Can their relationship withstand the strain of working at Newman Media, or will it collapse under the weight of the personal and professional demands they face? Another factor complicating matters is Billy Abbott. Adam has made it no secret that he enjoys taking jabs at Billy, especially through Newman Media. Billy has long been a rival, and Adam has often used his position at Newman Enterprises to undermine Billy in subtle, and not so subtle, ways. If Chelsea joins Newman Media and becomes part of the decision-making process, she might find herself caught between Adam's vendetta against Billy and her own sense of professionalism. Would Chelsea be complicit in Adam's efforts to discredit Billy, or would she find herself at odds with him over the ethical implications of such a strategy? On the other side, Victor Newman is known for his ruthless business tactics, and he is no stranger to using family dynamics to further his agenda. If Chelsea joins Newman Media, it's clear that she would be stepping into a web of corporate politics that would require her to navigate Victor's power plays carefully. Victor's constant desire to control the family business might lead him to manipulate situations, perhaps even leveraging Chelsea's position at Newman Media to undermine Jack Abbott and his company, Abbott Communications. As Chelsea contemplates her future, she must consider the weight of her decisions, not just for her career, but for her relationship with Adam. The closer they grow, the more intertwined their professional lives become, and the more complex their decisions will be. Adam, for all his charm and ambition, has a tendency to push people to their breaking points when it comes to business. Will Chelsea be able to maintain her sense of self in the whirlwind that is Newman Media? Or will she become lost in Adam's world, where personal and professional lines are often blurred? For Chatham, the stakes are higher than ever. Their professional relationship has the potential to either elevate them both to new heights or tear them apart. Can they balance their romantic relationship with the weight of their business ambitions? Will Chelsea's decision to join Newman Media strengthen their bond, or will it expose the flaws in their partnership that they've been trying to ignore? As the tension builds, both within their relationship and in the world of Newman Media, one thing is clear: Chatham's future is uncertain. If Chelsea chooses to accept Adam's offer, the consequences will be far-reaching, not just for her career, but for their relationship, their families, and their place in Genoa City's cutthroat business world. Whether this decision leads to success or heartache remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: when it comes to love and business in the Newman family, nothing is ever easy. The tension of Chatham. Loyalty, love, and business conflicts. As Chelsea Lawson continues to find herself at a crossroads, her potential decision to accept Adam's offer at Newman Media is fraught with both professional and personal consequences. Her growing commitment to Kyle Abbott and her past with Billy Abbott complicate matters even further, making this decision anything but straightforward. While Adam is offering Chelsea a tempting and powerful opportunity to work alongside him, Chelsea's loyalty to the Abbott family, especially Billy, is a significant hurdle that she must navigate. Adam and Billy's relationship has always been fraught with tension, stemming from years of business rivalry, personal grudges, and unresolved issues. Their history is filled with conflict, and the idea of Chelsea being caught in the middle of it all could spell disaster for her relationship with Adam. If Adam were to push forward with a story that would tarnish Billy or Abbott communications, Chelsea would find herself in a difficult position. Could she stand by Adam's side and support his vendetta against Billy, or would she take a stand for Billy and the Abbotts, even if it meant opposing Adam? The stakes are high for Chelsea. She is not just considering a career move, she is contemplating the future of her relationships with two men who are central to her life. On one hand, Adam offers her a promising future at Newman Media, but on the other hand, there is Billy, her ex-boyfriend, with whom she shares a deep history. Her feelings for Billy are not easily erased, and the prospect of turning her back on him, especially in light of Adam's potential attacks on the Abbott family, could create a rift between her and Adam that might be irreparable. If Adam insists on attacking Billy or attempting to discredit Abbott communications, it could lead to serious conflicts with Chelsea. She has always had a complicated relationship with Adam, one filled with passion and tension, but the idea of siding against Billy, especially in such a personal and business-driven conflict, could push Chelsea to question her commitment to Adam. Would she choose her loyalty to the Abbott family, and especially to Billy, over her relationship with Adam? This decision could be the breaking point for Chatham. Their relationship has already faced many challenges, but this is a new level of conflict. Chelsea's moral compass is in play here. Would she stand by Adam's side and disregard her past with Billy, or would she take a stand for what she believes is right, even if it meant risking her relationship with Adam? The choice is not simple, and it threatens to unravel everything they have built together. Could this conflict between Chelsea and Adam lead to a breakup? The pressure is mounting, and the deeper they get into the business dealings at Newman Media, the more their personal feelings will clash. Chelsea might not be able to reconcile the two sides of her life, her love for Adam and her loyalty to the Abbotts, and the emotional toll of this could create irreparable damage between them. As Chelsea weighs her options, she is faced with a tough decision. Her relationship with Adam has the potential to be both exciting and full of promise, but it also comes with a great deal of baggage. If she chooses to work for Newman Media, she risks alienating Billy and the Abbott family, and possibly losing a part of herself in the process. On the other hand, staying loyal to Billy and the Abbotts might mean letting go of the opportunity Adam has offered, which could have a profound impact on her career and her relationship with him. The dynamics between Chelsea and Adam are about to reach a boiling point. The question remains, will Chelsea choose love, loyalty, or business? And more importantly, how will Adam react if she chooses to stand by Billy, rather than supporting him and his vendetta against the Abbotts? Lauren and Chelsea, a conversation at Crimson Lights. The tension in Chelsea's life is palpable, and she needs someone to talk to. As fate would have it, she runs into Lauren at the office, and the two share a brief but warm exchange. Lauren congratulates Chelsea on the success of her latest product at Marchetti, an acknowledgement that Chelsea deeply appreciates. But Chelsea's mind is elsewhere, occupied by the difficult decision she's facing. The weight of her future hangs heavy on her, and she needs advice, someone who understands her on both a personal and professional level. After their brief conversation, Chelsea asks Lauren if they can grab a coffee at Crimson Lights. "I need to talk to you about something," Chelsea says, her voice tentative but earnest. "There's a decision I have to make, and I'm not sure what the right choice is." Lauren, sensing the gravity of Chelsea's words, agrees to meet at the coffee shop. The two women sit down at a table, and Chelsea opens up about the offer Adam has made to her, as well as the conflict it has stirred within her. She talks about her past with Billy, her loyalty to the Abbott family, and her love for Adam. She is caught in the middle of a whirlwind, and the pressure is taking its toll. Lauren listens attentively, offering support and understanding without judgment. As the conversation progresses, Lauren offers Chelsea some much-needed perspective. "You're in a tough spot, Chelsea," Lauren says gently. "But you have to listen to your heart. Do what feels right for you, not what anyone else expects." Chelsea sighs, grateful for Lauren's wisdom. "I know. But it's hard. I don't want to lose Adam, but I can't just turn my back on everything I've built with the Abbotts. They're family." Lauren nods. "I get it. And remember, no matter what you choose, it's your decision. You have the power to shape your own future, and you don't have to let anyone dictate what that looks like." As they continue talking, Chelsea feels a small sense of relief. Lauren's advice has given her the clarity she needs to face the difficult choices ahead. Whether she chooses to stay with Adam, stand by Billy, or forge a new path entirely, Chelsea knows that the future is hers to decide. The conversation at Crimson Lights might not have given her all the answers, but it has allowed Chelsea to think more clearly about what truly matters: her happiness, her independence, and the people she cares about most. As she looks ahead, the road may be uncertain, but she is determined to make the right decision, even if it means facing some tough truths along the way. Chelsea had been feeling the pressure of the choices ahead of her for some time now, and today, she was meeting Lauren at Crimson Lights to finally talk things through. With Adam by her side and Connor in tow, Chelsea arrived at the coffee shop with a sense of urgency weighing on her shoulders. As they entered, Chelsea turned to Adam and gave him a quiet, but significant look. "I need to meet with Lauren for a bit," she said, her voice soft but firm. "You and Connor can hang out elsewhere." Adam gave her a concerned glance but nodded, understanding that this was something Chelsea needed to do on her own. After a few moments of silence, as Adam and Connor walked off, Chelsea sat down at the table where Lauren was already waiting, a warm smile on her face as she greeted her. But Chelsea's expression was more serious than Lauren was used to seeing, and before she could say anything, Chelsea spoke up. "I'm not sure where to begin," Chelsea started, her voice tinged with a mixture of apprehension and resolve. "But I need to tell you something, Lauren. Adam proposed something to me, something big, and I think it could change everything for me." Lauren leaned in, intrigued but sensing that this was more than just a casual update. "What's going on?" she asked, her tone gentle but curious. Chelsea took a deep breath before continuing. "Adam wants me to join Newman Media. Specifically, he wants me to be the Chief Operating Officer, a position I know you've held before. I've been offered the role, and honestly, it's a huge opportunity." Lauren's eyebrows furrowed slightly at the mention of Newman Media and the high-pressure role. "That's a big leap, Chelsea," she said carefully. "You've been doing well at Marchetti. Why would you leave that for something so different? And working with Adam again on such a large scale?" Chelsea's hands were clasped tightly in front of her as she wrestled with the decision. "That's what I'm trying to figure out," she admitted, her voice slightly strained. "The thing is, if I take this role, it means I'd have to leave Marchetti. It's a huge shift, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for it." But Adam thinks it's the right step for me. Lauren nodded, her gaze sympathetic. I understand. It's a lot to consider. But why would that mean leaving Marchetti? You've worked hard there. Chelsea hesitated, choosing her words carefully. Because I wouldn't be able to do both. And I don't want to leave without knowing there's someone who could step in for me at Marchetti. I've been thinking that maybe Sally could take over my role. She's a great fit for it, and I wouldn't feel right stepping away unless I knew the company would be in good hands. Lauren took a moment to digest this information. So you're already thinking ahead about who could replace you, she asked, slightly impressed by Chelsea's forward thinking. What's stopping you from making this decision? Chelsea's face softened slightly, a touch of sadness creeping into her expression. I can't leave unless I'm sure there's someone waiting for me at Newman Media. If I'm going to make this transition, I need to know that it's the right move for me, for my career. And for my future. Lauren nodded in understanding, but there was still one key question lingering in her mind. You've been through a lot with Adam. Are you sure this is what you want? Is this really about the job, or is it about him? Chelsea hesitated before answering, her gaze wandering as she considered the question. It's both, she said after a moment. Adam's offer is tempting, but it's also about what comes next for me. I can't ignore the fact that working with him again could change everything. I want to do something that pushes me to grow, something that excites me. But I don't know if it's the right move for us. Lauren looked at Chelsea with a knowing look. The job sounds like a great opportunity, but don't let your decision be about Adam alone. This is your career, your future. You need to make sure that whatever decision you make is for you, no one else. Chelsea's eyes met Lauren's, and for the first time in a while, she felt a sense of clarity. You're right. I can't let this decision be about him. It needs to be about me. But as they spoke, Chelsea was reminded of how much the decision to join Newman Media would affect more than just her professional life. It would affect her relationship with Adam, with the Abbotts, and even with herself. Could she truly balance everything, her work, her relationship, and her own personal aspirations? As she reflected on her conversation with Lauren, Chelsea couldn't shake the thought of how much things had changed. Just a few months ago, she had been distant from Adam, unsure of their future. Now, here she was, facing a decision that would bring them even closer, or potentially tear them apart. But before Chelsea could dive further into these complicated thoughts, Lauren shifted the conversation. Just remember, whatever you decide, you have to own it. You've got the talent, the skills, and the drive to succeed wherever you go. Make sure it's for the right reasons. Chelsea nodded, appreciating Lauren's support. Thanks, Lauren. I'm just trying to figure it all out. As the conversation wound down, Chelsea realized that while the future was uncertain, she was moving in the right direction. With or without Adam, the choice was ultimately hers to make. Adam's reaction. A relationship and career at crossroads. While Chelsea was trying to navigate the weight of her decision, Adam had been increasingly eager to see her join Newman Media. He had no doubt that she would excel in the role, and perhaps he was also hoping that the closer proximity would solidify their relationship. However, with Chelsea caught between her loyalty to her career at Marchetti and her love for him, Adam was starting to feel the strain. He had never wanted to pressure Chelsea, but as their professional and personal lives began to intertwine once more, it became clear that the choice she would make would not just affect her career, it would affect them both. How much of this was about business, and how much was it about them? Would Adam's professional ambitions drive a wedge between them, or would their love for one another overcome the pressures of business and family? As their relationship continued to evolve, both Chelsea and Adam would need to decide what mattered most, and how far they were willing to go to make their relationship work while pursuing their individual careers. Would they find a way to balance love and work, or would the pull of their professional lives force them to make an impossible choice?